Very good, so we will proceed with our login PHP file. We're going back to our NetBeans development environment. And as you remember, the step number 3 is to check existence of the user. So the same what we have done while registration means we will try to select the user from the server with received email address. Okay, let's go and do this. For just a comparison, we'll go to register.php. Here we were building the logic. Where was this? Here we go. Select user via the email to check if the email address is available or not. So this is what we were doing here. Okay, let's go and do this. We're coming back to our I'll close regist.php and I will come back to our login.php. And the third step will be step number 3 will be check existence of the user. Try to fetch user with the received or with the same email address. Okay, so this is what we are gonna do. So I'll directly go to the variable access, which stores a full the full access class, and where we can easily access the function select user via the email. Okay, so here we'll write select user via email, which is this email which we already fetched. Okay, and I want to assign the result of this function to a new variable, which I'll name just a user. We create here a variable user which will store the result of the select user function which we access in access class. Okay, so the next step will be we'll check it if, then round brackets and then curly brackets. In the round brackets we'll write if user means it has returned some information, and I will declare else. So two scenarios: user is found, and here is user isn't found. Okay, so very good. I would like here to echo found, and here I'd like to echo not found. Okay, I'll save the class and we will come back to our browser. So it shows not found. Let's see what email address we have got registered in our database. So I'll go to PHP My Admin panel, then we're going to FB database, then users. So we have got, let's say, bob@mail.com. So here I'll write email address bob@mail.com. Excellent. So the user was found. Very good. So okay, the first step of validation will be the password, and then the very important and very crucial one, the step number 2 validation, will be password. First was the email, and the second step will be to validate the password. Okay, so we see that our logic works perfectly fine, and user is found, and here step number 1, check existence of the user. Okay, so here we will try to validate password received. Okay, I'll remove this echoes because we know that now it works very well. Okay, so we can validate the password. As you remember, in regist.php we were sending to the database encrypted password. Encrypted password here, while we were inserting the user in step 4, we insert email, first name, last name, encrypted password, salt, birthday, and gender. Okay, so we need now to make sure that this password which will pass will be exactly what is encrypted in this value. Okay, there is one way to do so. As remember, this is the logic. of encryption. We declare a random salt. Then we use SHA-1 method of code decoding, encoding, while we password concatenated with the string, and we encrypt this. So what we will do now, the received password will concatenate it with the salt which we have in the database, and we'll check is it equals to encrypted password or not. Okay, here I gonna write encrypted password. I'll create a new variable, encrypted password. It has nothing to do with the password which we have in register.php. It's a new variable. Encrypted password will be equals to user. Okay, let me show you something. I'll try to echo for you user. Okay, let's come back, and here we'll oops, it's of type array. JSON encoding user. Okay, so the thing is that I don't want to go into details. So this user, it stores all the information which we receive from this table. So it means under the key email, it will store the value bob@mail.com. Under the key first name, it will store the value under Bob, etc. Okay, so here what we can do is I'll declare a new variable. Encrypted password will be equals to the all users information. We want to get the value under the key password. Okay, and don't forget to put semicolon here. So we are now getting this value. Okay, and after that we want to get salt. Salt equals to user to get the value under the key salt. Okay, we can now echo, let's say, encrypted password, and exactly the same value which we're storing in the database, starting from 1 ending 118. So this is the value. Okay, so I'll remove this echo. Here, let me write step 3, number 1, 3.1, get encrypted password and salt from the server for validation. And here we will write step 3.2, compare received password or compare entered password by user from app or website with doing encoding the password, or encrypting password, and comparing the result with the result stored in the server. Okay, so this is what we are doing now. And here we will write an if statement. If, then round brackets, we'll write encrypted password will be equals to SHA-1, and then in the round brackets we will write the password which user has typed concatenated with the salt value, open curly brackets and then close the curly brackets. Okay, so while registering, I'll explain you, while doing the encryption of the password, what we have done is for example, the password here 123, while salt will be, let's say, 321. 123 3 or 456 123 and then 456 salt. We encrypt, we passed it through encryption, and the encryption result was stored under the variable encrypted password, and this is we saved. And how we decrypt this? So the user while trying to log in, he passed 123 password. Then the salt is 456, because salt will also state in the server 123 and 456 if when we encrypt this will be equals to encrypted password which stored in the server means the login is successful. And here we will write login successful. Login is successful. Okay, so I don't remember the password of this user. This is the one. Excellent. So the password was 123456 because this usually for testing I use this password 123456. Okay, if I will add another value. Okay, I'll just try to write here else. We'll write wrong password, and still it shows the wrong password. We'll just try to find out what's the here. Yeah, it shouldn't be equals, it should be here double equal marks. This is how it must be. Okay, wrong password now, and let me try to remove the alphabet keys. Wrong password as well, so I don't remember what was the password in my case. We will try now to access john@yahoo.com. john@yahoo.com and pass 123456. Okay, then which one we've got? We got Jones. Okay, wrong password, so I'll try now to register. I'll remove these users and I will try to register a new one. Okay, so here I'll run again register PHP, where that's the one. I'll register bob@mail.com, where first name will be Bob and last name will be Mike Jones, let's say. Password here 123 and gender is, let's say, male. So okay, successfully registered. So we've got one user which successfully registered. The password was 123. Let's try to access this. bob@mail.com. So okay, still it shows the wrong password. Okay, let's try to go to our database, users and structure. Let's register a new user. Okay, successfully registered. That's the one. Aha. Okay, so you see the password is quite short because when we do encryption, let's say with the 123 value, after encryption it looks like a very long string. Okay, so this one we need to extend this. We're going to structure and make sure this very important moment, the password instead of 20 characters, we're gonna keep it 100 and save it. Make sure, okay, we're just now updating our database. Instead of 20 we'll put here 100. Okay, I'll delete now the user. I'll delete him. In my case the password is 123. This is now my password. I'll refresh it and okay, the user was registered. That's the one. And I will try to access with 123 and the login is successful. Excellent, guys. And when I will try to change the password, so it will show us the wrong password. Excellent. And um, good job. So this is how we build the logic of receiving and receiving the information and the status from the server, and based on the status we're declaring the logic and behavior of our API or our PHP language. Okay, so that's really excellent, guys. That's really amazing. Good job. Congrats.